unite in our call to end gun violence in all its forms. We welcome survivors, our allies in advocacy and gun violence prevention, students, teachers, elected officials, volunteers, parents, and everyone here today. And we are so grateful for the work you do, and we are so proud to stand beside you. So in the past, we have held this event to raise awareness for gun violence. So just show of hands, who's aware that there's a gun violence problem in our country? Yeah, that's what I thought. We don't need to raise awareness anymore. What we need is action. So this year's theme is to take action. And today, you are going to hear from people who are doing just that. And throughout our program, we are going to highlight actions we can take today.
Through our action today and in the future, we honor survivors and we draw attention to the intersectionality of gun violence and so many other issues we are facing right now as a country. Today marks the beginning of both Gun Violence Awareness Month and Gay Pride Month. And we welcome our brothers and sisters in advocacy from Gays Against Guns. And who are here with us today are going to help us with the march, and also all members and allies of the LGBTQIA community. We recognize the disproportionate toll that gun violence takes on the queer community, on the Black and brown communities, and other marginalized communities in our country. And we say, enough!
Enough!
It's time to disarm hate. Yeah. So today we will hear from many speakers who are dedicated to ending gun violence. As Shafali said, we will hear from teachers and students who sadly have heightened levels of concern for their own safety at school, a place that is supposed to be welcoming and safe for all. We will hear from a congressman, my congressman in fact, who has been a terrific ally for us in this movement. And of course, we will hear from survivors, those who have suffered the most from the proliferation of gun violence and who we honor by our presence here today.
So first, we'd like to take a moment of silence to honor those lives and to renew our commitment to ending gun violence. Thank you. So Moms Demand Action has been fighting for gun violence prevention for over 10 years. This movement is a marathon, and while progress may seem slow, we have made strides. 26 states now have safe storage laws in place. 14 states now have laws against ghost guns. That's right. And 21 states have red flag laws in place. And less than 2 years ago, President Biden signed into law the Safer Communities Act, which, among other things, strengthened background checks and closed the boyfriend loophole. And these accomplishments are because of people like you, because of all of us in this movement demanding change. But, there's always a but, there is more work to do. Just 2 weeks ago, the NRA held its annual convention in Texas. Texas is a state with some of the worst gun laws and among the highest rates of gun violence in this country, and I don't want to be Texas. We are not going to stand for the guns everywhere agenda promoted by the NRA. And we are not going to stand idly by while people try and roll back that progress that we have made. Every year we lose over 43,000 loved ones to gun violence, over 1,000 or nearly 1,000 in New York City. So there is so much more work we still have to do.
So as you heard already, today is going to be about action. And I know that we're all ready. So we're going to start. Everyone take out their phones. Get ready. As Shafali just said, there are some major gaps in our background check system in this country that have been addressed by the Safer Communities Act. And now the ATF has passed its final rule, which will require that people who sell guns must register as a licensed gun dealer and run background checks. Finally, this will save lives. But, because there's always a but, there are legislatures that don't want this to happen, who oppose this. They think it's okay for domestic abusers to get guns. They think it's okay for there to be assault weapons on our street and for felons to get guns, like one notable felon we all know. And we are here to say, hell no! So what I want you to do is to right now text the word defend to 64433. Defend to 64433. So this is going to bring you to a link that when you fill out your name, it's going to send it to your legislators and to let them know that you support the ATF rule and background checks for every gun sale in this country. So when you've done it, raise your hand. I want to see people who've done it. It feels good to do something, right? Okay.
All right, now that we've taken our first action, let's get our program started. So we are honored once again to have some powerful speakers with us here today and the fantastic performers from A Song for Life. So our first speaker is Sari Beth Rosenberg. Sari is the founder of Teachers Unified, the co-founder of Teachers Unified to End Gun Violence. And she has been teaching U.S. history at a New York City school for 22 years. That alone deserves a medal. Having a high schooler myself, you deserve a medal. Sari Beth is also a writer, a content creator, and she has been the co-host of the PBS NewsHour Educator Voice series for over 3 years. Welcome, Sari.
Thank you so much to Moms Demand for inviting me to say a few words today. And thank you to all the activists and survivors and just supporters of this movement who have come out today on this beautiful but very kind of hot day, I'm told. I love the heat, but thank you so much for coming out here. So as you already heard, I'm the co-founder of Teachers Unify to End Gun Violence. Sorry. Yay, teachers, school staff, teachers, everyone, and to all of you. So I'm here on behalf of Teachers Unified to End Gun Violence, and as you heard, I've been teaching, about to have been teaching for 22 years at the same high school here in New York City, public high school for environmental studies. So shout out to some emails for some parents here from that school and maybe some students. So basically, my teaching, so when I first started teaching, it had only been about a couple of years since Columbine. And my first day of student teaching was supposed to be on September 11th, 2001. So even though, of course, my primary job, much to the disbelief of some politicians out there, is to educate my students about U.S. history and American history in the world. But it's not in the job description, but from day one, I've had to be there to help my students process violence and the chaos that this world has provided us. And unfortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. And I think about that every single time that I'm there with my students processing yet another shooting, whether it's in their community or at a school. And as you all know, it's inevitable that these conversations are going to come up because gun violence is the leading cause of death for children, for young kids today in America. Just process it. We say that statistic all the time, but let's just process that again and not get numb to that. And so, yes, I know some people might think it's political to let my students process the gun violence that they have to experience in this country, but I do not think it's political, and I want all of us, regardless of who you vote for, how you identify politically, to stop processing this as a political issue. this is a public health issue. It is a public health issue. And I'm sick of people politicizing it, because this affects every single one of us, whether we want it to or not. It doesn't matter if you vote blue, red, or something else, right? And so that's why I just want to state that before I continue the speech. I'm not being political, letting my students process the violence around them. So basically, when I first met Abby Clements and Sarah Lerner, my two co-founders of Teachers Unified and Gun Violence, I'm sure many of you know them or have heard of them. I didn't meet them personally at first. I met them through my students. I have been inextricably linked to Abby and Sarah and their students as a result of gun violence. When the Sandy Hook, the horrible, horrific Sandy Hook shooting happened, my students insisted that we send snowflakes to Abby's surviving students and community. And after Parkland, my students insisted, even though some people were saying it wasn't a good idea, it wasn't safe in New York City to go on a march, they insisted. I saw them become activists that day. They insisted that they go for a march. It was just around the block because we're in the middle of New York City. They insisted to go out there to show their support for Sarah Lerner's surviving students at Parkland and the gun violence prevention movement in general. So I luckily got to meet them, that's another story, and we were in a group chat. And I'm sure a lot of you were in similar group chats. And after Oxford, the shooting, yet another school shooting, this time right outside of Detroit, Abby and Sarah and I were texting each other. We were saying, I don't even have to tell you what we were saying. You know what we were saying. Another one. I can't believe this. When is this going to stop? And also, I want to say something before I continue. It's the school shootings are the things that get the headlines. That is not where the gun violence is happening primarily. It just gets the headlines. And I really think that's important to keep in mind. And so I want to emphasize that to you. So when Abby said to us, you know what? Do you want to start a national organization for teachers, by teachers, to end this problem once and for all? Our number one thing that we said was we need to center school shootings because that gets the headlines, but we need to make sure that we emphasize from day one that this is really about the communities that all of our students are a part of. And it's about this country, right? But I think we just need to finally hear from teachers. And so I'm not speaking in hyperbole. This group chat was like, right after the shooting. And within a couple hours, we had our name, we had all our social media, we had our website, because I'm not gonna curse, but you know what I wanna say? Teachers know how to get stuff done. If my students are watching, I don't curse, so I don't wanna curse, right? So we got it done. And we had our handle, we had it going. And now we are so proud that we have teachers and school staff members and retired teachers. And when I say teachers, anyone who works in a school is a teacher. Let's remember that. Anyone who works in a school, has worked in a school, is a teacher. And we now have members from all over the country. And we are a grassroots movement, and our goal is to empower teachers and school staff to demand that our communities are safe from gun violence. And we now have about 15,000 people a part of this movement. And we're so proud of what we've accomplished, but we have so much more to accomplish. And I want to end with what we do, which is we've been amplifying teacher and school staff voices from day one. And so I think I want to read some. I have too many to read. I only have like 5 minutes. I might have already overstayed my welcome. But I want to read from you what some of our teachers across this country are saying. One teacher who joined the efforts of Teachers Unified and Gun Violence said, willing to be a human shield is not in our job description or required for teacher certification. Perhaps it should be. She's being sarcastic, of course. Another teacher said, there are many logical ways to prevent school shootings. They've been obvious since Columbine. That those in power refuse to act, it's unconscionable. There are some who do, but we need more of them in office, right? Another teacher said, this is not freedom. We are imprisoned in locked schools and classrooms. This is not okay. I don't understand why we aren't doing more to protect students, but all of you are, and I thank you for that. 2 more. And this one resonated with me. One teacher from New York said, I do not want, this is not me though, another teacher from New York said, I do not want my students to be killed by gun violence in their school. I look at my second floor classroom and wonder if my students and I would die if we had to jump. I've had that conversation too many times with my students, and that is not okay. And I'll end with the final one. School is supposed to be a safe place, and I want to put a little asterisk next to that. This country is supposed to be a safe place, and it can be if we stop politicizing this and agree that this is a public health crisis. So I thank you all today for being here and for letting me speak. So thank you very much, and thank you again, moms and dads.
Thank you, Sari. That was fabulous. I really think that public health thing is an important thing that we all need to remember going forward. Okay, our next speaker is Natasha Christopher. Natasha is a survivor, and she is the founder of the Akil Christopher Foundation. Originally from Trinity and Tobago, she turned her personal tragedy into powerful activism when her son Akil was tragically killed by gun violence at the age of 15. She founded her own nonprofit, the Akil Christopher Community Center Corporation, to combat gun violence, and she has joined groups like Everytown and Moms Demand Action. She also works with the 67th Precinct Clergy Council and serves as family support specialist for Mothers for Safe Cities, offering direct aid to affected families. And she holds multiple roles on councils and boards that are all do the work of preventing gun violence. Her story and Natasha herself exemplify the transformative impact of turning adversity into action. Please welcome Natasha Christopher and her people.
Good afternoon, everyone. I need all survivors on stage. This is not an I thing, this is a we thing. All survivors on stage. Marie? Yes, I'm coming. Of course you got to shout me out, right? Of course. All survivors, I'm seeing people standing with shirts. Once you're representing somebody on stage, please. I don't care. This is a we thing. This is not an I thing. Right. Amen. We're going to fit in here somehow, but we're going to do this together. Again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natasha Christopher. I am the founder of the Akil Christopher Community Center, Inc. I am proud to return to Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. I used to volunteer and do outreach work back then with them, but then I wanted to do community work. So I went back into the community and started doing survivor outreach work with the 67th Precinct Clergy, also known as God Squad. And I want people to know this is what trauma looks like. These are all survivors standing on this stage. We have not lost our children. Our children was murdered. My sons, their loved ones are not coming back. They were murdered. So I want people to stop saying lost. My son was murdered and he's never coming back. But I took pain and anger and I gave it purpose. Right. I took pain and anger and I turned it into purpose, right? I tell people, I was a member of Moms when Shannon Watts was just started off with Marie Duluth when Marie found me. So we are grassroots. We are the reason why you guys are standing today. We were out there doing the hard work that you guys are able to walk now. I say this, back in 2000, what? I think we're like around 2014. My son was the first junior ambassador to Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, when kids wasn't even speaking up. Christopher Underwood. He was speaking up against gun violence back then at the age of 6 years old. I stand here with families who have just joined one of the shittiest clubs in the world. I stand here with my sister, Amanda Montrose, who buried her son not less than 3 months ago. And she should have not had to join this club. I'm standing here with another mother, LaShawn Brown. She should have never had to bury her son. He was just killed in Soho after leaving school. We have to do better. We must do better. We must end gun violence. And as we get ready to go across that bridge, they must hear our voices. And again, this is not about black, brown, or white. This is about all of us. All our children are supposed to make it home safe, and they're not. And I'm sick and tired of our communities burying our young black people. Again, my son would have been turning 27 on July 10th, and he will never get to see his birthday. New York City have one of the strictest gun laws, but we can't seem to get rid of gun violence in our community.
Yes. Talk about it.
I tell people all the time, the same type of energy you get when the police kill one of us, get mad when we are killing each other. So I stand here on this stage today. There are some survivors on this stage who have unsolved cases. And we need the mayor to do his job. We need the district attorney to do his job.
Yes.
These families deserve answers.
Yes.
I am standing here today as Akil Christopher's mother.
Yes.
And I deserve answers.
Yes.
My son's case is still unsolved.
That's right.
So as we get ready to go across that stage, you will hear my voice say, not one more.
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 Guns down.
Lights up.
Guns down.
Lights up.
Guns down.
Lights up.
Guns down.
Lights up.
Thank you.
Natasha, thank you so much for sharing your story and for turning your pain into purpose. Let's do another round of applause for Natasha and all the survivors. A Song for Life was founded in 2019 by Hope Daily Dairy after a loved one was shot and paralyzed and could no longer perform. A Song for Life serves as a platform for artists to advocate for the causes they believe in and encourages artists to combine their artistry with advocacy. It is an honor to have them here with us today, and I am so pleased to introduce the founder of A Song for Life, Hope Daily Dairy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for calling. Wow. I was really moving just now and still shaking. Of course, our hearts go out to everyone that has been impacted by gun violence. I started A Song for Life after one of the musical artists in our community of singers was randomly shot and which resulted in him being paralyzed. We gathered our community of singers and we came up with the idea of creating songs for life. We know the power that music has, especially on our youth, and we are using our voices to bring songs that will help to uplift and encourage our youth, not to do anything else. We want to encourage and feed the souls of our youth. On June 15th, we have an event at the Billie Holiday Theater in Brooklyn, New York, from 6 to 9 p.m. We would love it if everyone would come out. We're celebrating our first music EP. Thank you. It is a compilation of amazing emerging female artists, 2 of which will perform today. And at the arts and crafts table, there's a QR code there, and I believe over at the sign-up table on what you can do action-wise, there's another QR code there so you can get more information. But I don't want to delay any longer. I want to bring up our first artist. She's also featured on this compilation project called Let Her Rock, a love letter. This is a love letter to our youth. We believe empowered women mean empowered males, because we are the ones, women, that are leading our communities. And so, without further ado, I want to bring up Perry Jones. She is going to sing Ugly, and you have to tell them what it feels like.
How's everybody feeling? Y'all can do better than that. How's everybody feeling? I want to say, first and foremost, thank you for Moms Demand for having me, and A Song for Life for inviting me to this event. I'm big on self-affirmational records because I think that violence starts within. It starts, usually the person that's standing behind the situation doesn't love themselves. And I think that it's really important and imperative that we teach self-love from a young age, so that way we can have purpose and we can move intentionally. So this first song I'm going to be singing for you guys, it's an original record. It's called Ugly, and it stands for You Gotta Love Yourself. I hope you enjoy it.
Love your parents.
When she don't feel pretty, she go do her makeup. And she get her nails done, then go buy a lace front. Hate it when she fake it, but you always stick around. So that if she get her butt done, it still won't hold her down like you. Never met nobody that could love her like you. Always kept it real, ain't nobody like you. Showed your love was real by the things that you do. You do, oh. You told her no matter what she do, that she be perfect. And if she don't know nothing else, you gotta learn to love yourself. She said, teach me how to love me, even when I'm ugly. You love her when she ugly. He just tryna live life, hit the gym and work hard. Might go buy that cool fit, then go buy that new car. Hate it when he fake it, but you always stick around. If he wants to, you still won't hold him till like you. Never met nobody that could love him like you. Always kept it real, ain't nobody like you. Showed your love was real by the things that you do. You do, oh. You told him no matter what he do, he be perfect. And if he don't know nothing else, you gotta learn to love yourself. He said, teach me how to love me, even when I'm ugly. You love when ugly. Listen, you gotta learn to love yourself. If you don't know nothing teach me how to love me. Even when I'm ugly, ugly, you love me when I'm ugly.
Thank y'all so much.
Hello, beautiful people. Let's do another round of applause for my girl, Perry Jones. Wasn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, I have a new friend. Her name is Mel. She's gonna help me out with this. My name is Sabia. It is an honor to be here with you all. Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. This is not a song for life's first time joining y'all, but it's a blessing all the same. So as my mom was saying, we put together this album, this here, a compilation album full of women, independent women artists. And I had the honor of writing a poem to open the album up. This poem is called Little Sister, and it is just like our album, a love letter to our youngins, and kind of quick guidebook to life, I guess. So here it is. Little sister, all the silly seeds that plant giggles and grow into belly laughter matter. Do what you love. Be who you are. If you doubt it, but it calls you, do it anyway. Breathe deep and know sometimes nothing makes sense but your gut and the ground below. And after you've learned all you can feasibly learn, make a choice and let it go. Work as hard as you sustainably can. Prioritize time alone. There is power in standing alone. But foster community. You cannot do it all on your own, and that's okay. You're only human. You shouldn't have to. Always have escape money. Hold your people tight. Do them right. Be the kind of friend you wish to have. Stay curious and know your limits. Slow down. Breathe. You can never run out of time to breathe. Resist the urge to define yourself from the outside in. Live out every dream. There are no rules, and you deserve a beautiful life. Act at no one's expense. Love with no fear. When you have hurt someone, say sorry and mean it. Slow down. Luxuriate in self-care. Groom yourself with a divine touch. Kiss your own skin. Remind your body it is love. It is yours. It belongs. When you are moved, dance, cry, laugh, scream, twitch, wiggle, squeal. Let it out. Do not trap it in. Do not banish it to the basement of your temple, the attic of your home. There is no corner dark enough to mask the way memories can make dents on your insides, weigh like boulders on your shoulders, curve your spine upsides. Let it go, little sister. Slow down. Breathe. Choose joy. Say yes. Say no. Don't be too afraid to say no. It is important to be comfortable saying no when it doesn't serve you, when it hurts, when it's too much to carry, when it don't sit right, when it ain't adding up, and also just because you are always entitled to say no. Say no. Say no. You deserve a beautiful life. That was Little Sister. Thank you. Stay tuned for more good stuff.
Sabia and Perry, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. And now it is time for more action.
Time to get excited, people.
For decades, the gun manufacturer Glock has known that its firearms can be easily converted into illegal machine guns and has refused to do anything about it. Right now, for the same price as a large pepperoni pizza, you can buy a small device that transforms a regular pistol into a machine gun capable of firing 15 rounds in under 2 seconds. But our New York lawmakers, including Senators Elmer Monterey, Brad Hoylman-Siegel, and Assembly members Joanne Simon and Tony Simone. Thank you, Joanne, who is here today. They said not on our watch. And they have introduced a bill that tells blocks loudly and clearly that if they fail to fix this problem and to prevent these illegal conversions, they will be held accountable.
It's time for accountability, and it's time to take another action. So get those phones out again, people. And this time, text NY to 64433. It's going to be the same kind of thing. Add your name and address, and you're going to let your elected representatives know we do not want machine guns in our communities.
No, hell no.
Hell no. So let me see when you're doing it. I want to see some. Okay, 64433 is the phone number, and text NY. We lost our little visual. Okay, thank you again. We are getting stuff done here today. And now, at the start of our program, you heard from a teacher. And now it's time to hear from students. Young people all across this country have grown up in the shadow of gun violence. Sadly, for most of them, it's all they've known their entire lives. And we are proud to stand with the students and to see them stand up and fight for themselves, for gun safety, and for everyone in the country. So I'd like to welcome some representatives from Students Demand Action. We have Patricia Locke-Sheehan, Reem Khalifa, and Kristen Matthews.
Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Locke-Sheehan. I'm a 15-year-old high school student from Staten Island, and I've been working with Students Demand Action for 2 years now. Firstly, I want to thank you all for coming out today. Seeing all of you here as a student is extremely inspirational. Seeing us here together reminds me of the power of the gun violence prevention movement and the fierce commitment that we all share for ending the gun violence epidemic in America. Okay, while I myself am not a gun violence survivor, high schools in New York City and across the country are being heavily impacted by gun violence. Sometimes it's easy to say, oh, that happened in a different state. It won't happen here. Until it does. And as a student, when a school gets put on lockdown in Staten Island, the couple of miles between that school and my school does not make me feel any safer. Until every school is safe from gun violence, no school is safe from gun violence. And as of May last year, there have been more mass shootings than days of school, and gun violence continues to be the leading cause of death for children and teens in America. It's not enough for legislators to turn their back on our survivors and tweet thoughts and prayers. Because for our activists and our survivors, thoughts and prayers coupled with inaction is not enough. Sometimes when I say I'm involved in gun violence prevention, I get odd looks. I feel like gun violence prevention has been turned into this tremendously polarizing issue by people like politicians and different media stations. And I never really understood why, and I still don't. The idea of preventing gun violence, or any violence in general, is a common safety concern that should matter to everyone. Solutions, however, will not get passed if we don't have difficult conversations. If we don't have discussions with people on the other side of the aisle, and they aren't willing to discuss with us, then there's not going to be progress. As a student, it's frustrating to see these discussions not happen, because a lack of discussion prevents progress and it keeps students unsafe. I urge legislators, politicians, and citizens alike to strip back the polarization, strip back the volatile words that the media has placed on gun violence prevention, and recognize each other as citizens with a common desire for safety, and remember the survivors and students alike who depend on their action. Today and every day, we need to hold survivors of gun violence at the hearts of these discussions and the gun violence prevention movement as a whole. This is why we honor them and we wear orange. Survivors are the central flame of this movement. It is their advocacy that makes this movement successful. Survivors turn their pain into unstoppable power, and they inspire us to ensure that we work to make America safe. Our movement every day is making strides to pass new legislation and advocate for concrete change that will shape America. We lobby in Albany to pass legislation. We march for our survivors. We introduce new legislation like the Glock bill to make sure people cannot alter guns to be weapons of war in our own neighborhoods and communities. We demand to be heard. We demand to have conversations that lay the foundations for life-saving legislation. We demand to be recognized by all sides of the political aisle for our basic desire for safety. At the end of the day, at the core of this movement lies our survivors, a shared love, and a basic desire for safety. This core makes us tremendously dynamic, resilient, and powerful. Our goals transcend political parties, and together we will continue to make progress and advocate until every community, every school, and every home in America is free from the threat of gun violence.
Another round for Patricia.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Reem Khalifa. I'm a junior at Stuyvesant High School, and I co-lead New York City Students Demand Action with Ariel. My generation has grown up in the face of our country's gun violence epidemic. Guns are the leading cause of death for our generation. That is why we must fight for a safer future. We're refusing to back down until all of our demands are met with change. I got involved with the movement to end gun violence because of the impact on my community. Black people are 10 times more likely to die of a gunshot wound than the person sitting next to them. In my experience, walking through TSA-style metal detectors every morning made me feel like a threat, not an 11-year-old looking for an education. So that is why we are standing here today to demand action. We're rising up in our schools and communities to demand gun safety legislation, hold the gun industry accountable, and shift our fuel into funding prevention programs at home, not weapons of war abroad. Being here is an amazing first step, but there is a role for everyone in this movement. Whether you're a gun violence survivor or not, advocacy starts at home, in your neighborhood, at your school, and within your communities. That is why I am urging everyone here to step up and demand action now. Our lives depend on it.
When I say guns down, you say life up. Guns down. Life up. Guns down. Life up. My name is Christian Matthew. Thank you. I serve as one of the youth ambassadors for Guns Down, Life Up, and also as the assistant director of the National Action Network Youth and College Division. And let me say, it is an honor to be here again. I come every year, and I made sure I told Shefali, I said, Shefali, I'm coming, because I almost didn't make it, but I'm glad that I came. And it's always good to see the amount of love and support that we get in this fight when it comes down to gun violence. Everybody that has come up and said that gun violence is the leading cause of death for young people in America. It has passed driving, it has passed hit and runs, it has passed everything that used to kill young people. Now it is gun violence. And it is at the hands of those that do not do what they are supposed to do to protect our young people. As I was standing up here, I saw a baby that was being held, and I said, the world is becoming more dangerous. And when we look at our children, we should look at the future. And every time that a child is killed, every time that a young person is killed, every time a mother has to bury a child, is another time that our future is being buried. Every time we have to come to things like this because of senseless acts of violence means that we are one step closer to an entire generation being obliterated, not because of things that we have done, but because those that are in leadership have not been held accountable. And so the reason why we are here today is to hold those people accountable. We are here to say that we are tired of gun violence. We are here to say that gun violence can no longer wreak havoc in our communities. And a part of something that Guns Down does, which is great, is they go after our young people. And when I say that, I mean that. They go after our young people with services and resources to help them when other people don't want to help them. Giving jobs, alternative to incarceration. They go, they have the children's book. Now they're going into schools and getting it into the mind, because it is the mind that really will protect the people. If you leave a gun right here on these stairs, if nobody touches the gun, that means it's safe. But if somebody picks up that gun and takes the life of the person, what do you end up saying? It is not the gun that is the problem, but it is the mindset behind the person holding the gun. And so not only do we want to hold people accountable, but we also want to help with the mindset of people. We are living in very dangerous times. There's so many things that people are dealing with. Anger is a real thing. And so we need services in our community that help us, and Guns Down Life Up is one of them. And I have to say this for myself, I didn't tell anybody but those that know, but just 2 months ago, March 7th, I was leaving my school, and as we were leaving, an altercation between two young ladies happened. And in the midst of that altercation, my friend, a very good friend of mine, a dear friend who was more than a friend, he was a brother. And he went to go break up the fight. And his life was taken right down the street as we were leaving the school. 7 bullets went off, 5 of them hitting his body. As soon as I got the call, I left my office, I dropped everything, I called Mildred, I said, Mildred, I gotta get to the hospital right now. I got to the hospital, he was good, everything was doing good. A moment later, Gilly pulls me to the side and says, Christian, I have to tell you, your friend didn't make it. My heart shattered because we were on the verge of prom. I'm a senior in high school. I'm now going at the end of this month to Utica University to pursue my bachelor's in political science. And he had an entire future ahead of him. And it is so sad that we see the issue of gun violence happening every day. But I don't want us to think that gun violence ends at mass shootings. Because a lot of times people only say, oh, mass shootings this and mass shootings that. Gun violence happens every day. There is something called sporadic gun violence. Gun violence where ghost guns are killed. I have another friend, and I saw her on one of the t-shirts, Angelique Yamba. Me and her both went to elementary school together. And when I received the call, it was on April 7th of 2022. And they said that Angie had been killed by a gunshot that was 3 blocks away. The shooter had shot with a bullet, with a gun, that the bullet hit her 3 blocks away. And I'm not talking about no regular little 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about long New York City streets. So what I want to say to you, and I'm closing with this, gun violence is not going to end until we do what we have to do to end gun violence. We need to go after our young people with resources. We need funding to come back. We're so grateful for all of the things that the president and everything that they're doing, but that is not enough. And so we need our leaders to stand up, and that is why it takes people like Guns Down Life Up. It takes Moms Demand. It takes Students Demand. It takes Gays Against Guns. It takes Teachers Unify Against Gun Violence. I know I saw Abby here somewhere. It takes all of these great organizations, NAN and so many other organizations to get rid of gun violence. So when I say guns down, you say life up. Guns down. Life up. Guns down. Life up. When I say no justice, you say no peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much, Patricia, Reem, and Christian, for those powerful words. The app is our future, and they will get things done. And now, one more time, I'd like to welcome Sabia from Song for Life to perform another song for us.
Hello again, everyone. I'm so touched by all the beautiful speeches we've heard today, the devastating words we've heard today. The next song I'm about to sing is a song I wrote called A Seat on the Train. I wrote it at a time when I was crying on the train a lot. Can I see a show of hands who's cried on the train before? Yep. If you didn't raise your hand, I don't believe you. Yeah, I was crying a lot on the train because there was a lot to cry about, and since then it seems like there has been only more to add. I wrote this with my own generation in mind, millennials, but I think our friends who just spoke had a really, important things to say because that generation is up against even more than it felt like my generation was up against. I felt like we had been sold a world that doesn't exist anymore, a society that doesn't exist, that people are working really hard to make sure it can exist. And guns and our violence problem in America was definitely at the forefront of my thoughts when writing this. So, yeah, I'd like to dedicate this to everyone mourning, melting, but especially survivors and people mourning today. This is A Seat on the Train.
Hey, what's up? Right.
My stomach knots, left, right, jagged like Bear Mountain. Oh, the agony. So 2016 of life beyond basement parties and Dairy Queen. Everyone said it's this hard, but I never saw it coming. Take me out of this picture, shatter its frame, stain it in coffee, leave it in rain. Oh, I'm writing letters, the most beautiful thing. I find I cry better in a seat on the train. Yeah. There's nothing more somber than someone.
Hey, what's up? Take us up.
Someone creeps the floorboards in the air.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like it did when we were kids. And I survived, but I never saw it coming. No. Shattered frame. Oh, I'm writing letters in most beautiful plane. I find I cry better in a seat on the train. Yeah, take me out of this picture, shatter its frame, stain it in coffee, leave it in rain. Oh, I'm writing letters in most beautiful pain. I find I cry better in a seat on the train. Yeah.
You got it, man. Good to see you.
still standing, and we still demanding. Still spinning a toe, yeah. Oh, yeah. Still, take me out of this picture. Shatter its frame, stain it in coffee. Leave it in rain. I'm writing letters in most beautiful pain. I find I cry better. Need a seat on the train. Take me out of this picture. Shatter its frame, stain it in coffee. Leave it in rain. I'm writing letters in most beautiful pain. I find I cry better in a seat on the train. Yeah, yeah. Thank y'all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to hold this for a second. Whew. Daniel Goldman was elected to Congress in 2022 and immediately started making an impact in criminal justice reform, gun violence prevention, and support for survivors. He has held roundtables with advocates and survivors, listening to their stories and recommendations for action. I am honored to introduce one of our strongest allies in the gun violence prevention movement, my Congressman, Dan Goldman.
Thank you, Foley. Thank you, Mary. Natasha, thank you for your incredibly inspiring words, and the survivors who are with you, who breathe life into this movement every single day. And we think of you every single day because you are what keep us in elected office fighting for common sense gun safety regulation. This is my first term in Congress, but I spent 10 years as a federal prosecutor, prosecuting gun cases of all sorts, learning about the iron pipeline, learning about how guns on the black market get around to people who are up to no good and want to use them for no good. But there's so much more to this movement than that. And what I am very eager to do, and what I've been spending a lot of time on, both as a vice chair of the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force in Congress, and as the head of the Gun Violence Prevention Working Group as part of the newly formed Dad's Caucus, is really identifying so many of the other basic common sense gun safety laws that you may not hear about on TV when there's a mass shooting, but have such a dramatic impact on our communities. And the one area where I'm really pushing, and this is why it's so great to be here with Moms Demand, and so many moms who have stood up against gun violence, are wearing orange, are activating, are engaging, and are really trying to spread the word. But it's on us dads too. And I'm the father of 5. We started the Dad's Caucus last year. We now have almost 36 members of Congress. And the idea of it is that there are issues that affect families and communities that traditionally moms have advocated for. But there's no reason that it shouldn't also be dads advocating for it. And so within that, I was really motivated by a couple of experiences that I had with my own kids in kindergarten and first grade, where they're doing active shooter drills. They don't know they cannot even imagine what they're protecting themselves from. But they come home traumatized. And it doesn't matter what kind of gloss you put over it, a stay put drill or whatever you want to call it. We parents are sending our kids to school where they're doing active shooter drills, and we need to be worried not about whether they make a friend on the playground, but whether they're coming home safe. And that is an issue that every parent feels, regardless of whether you are a Democrat or a Republican. It impacts all of us. And we will continue to push that message that it doesn't have to be this way. It does not have to, we do not have to send our kids to school and be worried about whether they are going to come home. That is uniquely American. It is not the same in anywhere in the world, and we can continue to push so that that doesn't happen anymore. And so it really is my honor to be here with all of you today. I am so committed and invested in this work, in part because I realize it is the one issue, or the biggest issue, where the American people are further away from Congress. You don't find another issue where 80% of Americans support a law that Congress doesn't pass. We are responsive and responsible to the people, but the Republicans in Congress are far more beholden to their special interests, the gun lobby, the gun manufacturers, than they are to our children. And we need to keep speaking up and make that point over and over and again, because it is indefensible, it is absolutely offensive, and it is unacceptable. And so let's not stop calling for change, let's not stop calling for action, and let's make sure that we never ever give up, because our children depend on us. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Congressman Goldman, for everything you do and for being my representative. Okay, now we have another song from the Song for Life, and I don't remember who's coming up. Oh, sorry, Perry, there you go. A little senior moment there.
So this last song that I'm going to be doing for you all, it reflects on the mentality that a wise man told me that music should reflect on the time we're living in. And although this isn't reflective of the time we're living in, and therefore this is something that someday the world hopefully will reflect as a mentality. This is called Free.
I have learned to love me. thank you for inviting me for Mom Demand for having me. We have an event on June 15th. The QR code is in the back, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this event. And let's keep hope alive. I know it's a lot of us mourning right now, a lot of us losing people, but the one thing that is going to be a solution to this problem is keeping hope alive and seeing how we can better the situation and just being the change we want to see in the world. Thank you guys so much. God bless.
All right, thank you so much. So we are getting close to March time. So we want to thank everyone for being here today, for being a part of the gun violence prevention movement and standing with Moms Demand Action and with survivors. We also send a huge thank you to the team who worked tirelessly to get this event going over the past few months. Woo! And of course, a thank you to our speakers again, Sarah Christopher, Natasha Christopher, our Students Demand Action volunteers, Patricia, Reem, and Kristen, and of course, Congressman Dan Goldman. And especially a thank you to Joanne Simon. She's my assembly member, and she has given us never-ending support for gun violence prevention movement. And of course, James Dobbins, leader of Guns Down Life Up, and for their ongoing partnership for Wear Orange and the incredible work they do every day in the trauma center at Lincoln Hospital, where they are making strides to prevent gun violence.
Okay, we have one more call to action, and this one doesn't involve your phones. Okay, in just a moment, we're going to start lining up for the march, and we're going to ask our allies from Gays Against Guns to lead us in some chants that we'll use on the bridge. As Natasha said, we're going to use our voices today, and we're going to make sure that our demands to end gun violence are going to be heard loud and clear throughout this city. We're turning the bridge orange. But let's not forget that our most powerful voice is our vote. So we want to remind you that come November, use your voice. Your vote is your voice, and use it. There's so much at stake. So use your voice to demand action, to demand that we end gun violence. Thank you.
Where you get the shirts from? Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, excuse me. Where you get the shirts from? The shirts. What? Where you get the shirts from? The shirts. The shirts, where you get it from? You know where you get it from? You know where you get it from?
I ordered online.
Oh, online? All right, cool. Go down here.
Elevating the voices of those most impacted for advocating for change. And we're going to walk in solidarity for every child and adult who has been stolen from us too soon. So now we're going to invite our survivors to line up in the front over to your right, and we're going to invite our allies, Gays Against Guns, and we're going to welcome Jay Walker to come up and to start to lead us in chants and get this rally going.
Hey everybody, happy Pride! Pride Month. Representing Gays Against Guns stand with all survivors and families of people lost to gun violence. 11 days from now will mark 8 years since the Pulse Massacre. I apologize for being hoarse. I've been hooting and hollering a lot the last couple of days. You can imagine why. Lock him up, right? I do want to tell everyone here that you're all invited to join Gays Against Guns on June 12th at the Christopher Street Pier at 7:30 p.m. to remember the 49 people lost at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida on June 12, 2016. That's how Gays Against Guns was founded. But now, if folks are ready to get lined up for the march, I've got a few chants that you can maybe use. Ban guns, not books.
Ban guns, not books.
Ban guns, not books.
Ban guns, not books.
Ban guns, not drag.
Ban guns, not drag.
Ban guns, not drag.
Ban guns, not drag.
Okay, so we've got, this is fun. So you all know, hey, ho, ho. Well, since our first march across the Brooklyn Bridge, GAG has changed that a little bit.
By the way.
So we say, okay, hey,
yeah, wear orange shirts. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, wear orange shirts. Excuse me, sir. Wear orange shirts? What? Wear orange shirts. The shirts.
Do we have any more? I don't know if we have any more.
Okay. And then, because we focus a lot on the
You can ask for Foley. All right, cool. No problem. Thank you.
We've got walk the walk, take a stand. We want our assault weapons banned. Walk the walk, take a stand. We want our assault weapons banned. Walk the walk, take a stand. We want our assault weapons banned. Walk the walk, take a stand. We want our assault weapons banned. And the final thing I want to say is, as I said, it's almost the anniversary or the year marker pulse. Our gagger, Kim over here, has buttons that say Yo Soy Pulse. Please see her if you would like one. Thank you, everybody. Let's get marching.
Yeah, all right. Wait, one second. Wait.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, no
I'm here. I got you.
Yeah, I know
did the same thing in my hand.
All right, you guys can start lining up over on the right side of the park. And we've got our survivors at the front. And Diane Ronaldo is going to help lead us forward. Thank you.
All right, let's put the button.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Is that good?
It's good enough. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course, no problem. Yeah, I'll hang it up. That belongs to someone else.
Sorry about that. Orange shirts.
Hey, Mama.
That's so
Line up to cross the bridge.
All right, now we get it right to go. My voice is big enough. I don't need no horn. No, I don't. No, I don't need it. I don't need it. Somebody else can have it. You can be like, guns down!
Hold on, let's try. Guns down!
Lights up!
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 Right.
Get ready to march! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
We're going out here. Watch that again. All right, it's a lot of people. Yeah, we can't take the street in front of us. Put this in my house.
We gotta jump in together.
Guns down! Guns down!
What's up, everybody? Chris Johnson. I know it was, had to start from the program, but I do this every year. Wear Orange Month, wear orange. It's on the 7th, but today is the 1st. And marching with these, with the survivors and supporters to end gun violence. Wearing my New York Against Gun Violence t-shirt, wearing the pins on it too. Wearing the pins. So.
Wall Street! Wall Street! Wall Street! Wall Street! No more silence! And gun violence! No more silence! And gun violence!
everybody? Christopherleonjohnson here. So, make a little quick video. Walking up the bridge from Manhattan to Brooklyn with the survivors, and people that are affected with gun violence. Happy Gun Violence Awareness Month. So it makes it a little clear, right? Makes it a little clear that people send me a link about Lou Valentino Park with Transo and Riders Line have a rally from 2 to 6. Look, it's 1:45 right now. I'm live. 1:45 right now. I'm live. 1:45 right now. I'm live. I'm live on YouTube. Wait, let's put this over. Like, I'm live on YouTube, right? Live on YouTube, covering and supporting the victims and survivors of gun violence, because this is a topic that is really close to me, because I lost a few people to gun violence, and I don't have time to care about what Transo does and Rise Alliance does, because we all know that Rise Alliance and Transo and Open Plans doesn't give a damn about no gun violence, about victims of gun violence. I care about the victims of gun violence, people. I don't give a shit what Transo does today, or Open Plans does today, or Make the Road, any of these organizations do today, or Los Realistas, because they're not out here like I am, like everybody should be right here with these people, with the survivors and people that are affected with gun violence. So I could give a shit of what Transo does today, or Open Plan does today, or Rise Line does today. Look, we keep this real, right? All the elected officials sucks the dick of TA, Open Plans, Rise Alliance, and they don't give a fuck about what we think. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wasting our time going out for that. Today is the 1st of June. Every year is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and I care about that. I care about more of that, because this affects me more, this affects me personally, than what Bike Bros, what Open Plans people, and what the Transit Bros does. So look here behind me, guys. These people are marching over the Brooklyn Bridge on a nice fall day, nice spring day, and that's what matters more to me. Supporting these people, supporting the survivors and the people that have been affected with gun violence in the United States. We're in Brooklyn right now. We're on Brooklyn Bridge. It's almost 2 o'clock. I got other things to do today. I got other things to handle today. I could give a shit about what Transo does, or Open Plan does, or any organization does today. I got a schedule today. I'm supporting these people behind me, walking up right now. We got to end gun violence. We have to end gun violence. So fuck Transo, fuck Riders Alliance, and fuck Open Plans, and fuck whatever they care. They're going to get pushed. So, show you right now, guys. Look. I'm here for this, guys. I'm here for this. I am here for this. Here for these people. These people matter more to me than what some little captive, corrupt elected officials like Shahana Hanif does and says. So fuck them. I got things to do later on today. I'm walking with these people right now, and that's it. So they can have their little rally in Red Hook about trying to expand their little bullshit operation from Red Hook to Manhattan today. I could give a fuck less. I care less. So that's all I gotta say, guys. I'm walking over this right now with these people, victims of gun violence, survivors of gun violence, families of survivors to gun violence, families of victims of gun violence. That's what I care about more, guys. This history, not what Transo and Open Plans and all these corrupt organizations does. Fuck them. Fuck them. So look, I'm marching for them. I'm marching with them. Like fuck. Guns down like fuck. Right? Not no Make the Road, not no Bike Bro bullshit. Because the Bike Bro don't give a fuck about gunshot victims. Unless it's a fucking Bike Bro. or Rise Line don't give a fuck about no gunshot victims unless it's a transit bro. And don't get me started with LDU, Liga Galapa. She don't give a fuck about gun violence victims unless it's deliveristas. We got the C911 out here with these people.
So we won't kill each other. So we won't kill each other.
Right?
So we won't kill each other.
So we won't kill each other. Come on, man. I'm here for these people, not no Rise Lines. Fuck RA, fuck Open Plans, fuck Transalt, fuck LDU, fuck them all. I'm for these people. I care about the Happy June 1st, 2024. Gun Violence Awareness Month. That's what I care about more, guys. Gun Violence Awareness Month. Victims matter more than some bike road bullshit that's gonna get pushed through anybody on city council. These city council members are fucking captive to these organizations. Why the fuck I need to go out all the way and break my schedule to go deal with some bozo elected officials that will get on their knees for these organizations anyway. Fuck them all. So that's all I gotta say, guys. I'm about to log off here. So I'm about to log off my other phone, my recorded phone. And that's all I gotta say. So happy June 1st, 2024. Gun Violence Awareness Month. And happy Pride Month too. Happy Pride Month too, Val. Happy Pride Month too. Happy Pride Month too, guys. Happy Pride. That's all I gotta say, guys. Like, cause I gotta see the link from somebody saying about trans or what they do today. Fuck them. Give a shit. Just 4 hours. Why the hell? I got things to do today. Wear orange, guys. Wear orange. I'm wearing my orange. So. So look, walking over the bridge right now. I started, see look, 132. This just started. That's what I care about more, guys. The victims of gun violence, survivors of gun violence, and the families. Not no bullshit trans or rallies, man, today. It's not in my mind right now. I don't care about that. So I'm walking over right now. Walking over the Brooklyn Bridge from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Before they changed it from Brooklyn to Manhattan, but they switched it up to Foley Square to back to Brooklyn. So I think they're gonna end at Brooklyn Borough Hall, probably will, or Cabot Plaza Park. But I care about that more than what some corrupt nonprofits are doing, like Trans or Open Plans and Lost to Liberty Nistos. That's what they care about. Like I said, guys, these elected officials don't give a fuck about no gun violence survivors or gun violence. They care about their little bike lane more than that. So why the fuck I need to care? So that's all I gotta say, guys, and that's it. They will only come out for a photo op. That's it. So fuck them. So walking up right now.
Try to take photos.
Don't divide us, unite us. You can break us to make us more great. Tell the bigots and the gun nuts, every breed, build your
Yeah, so. So every year I do this. Toughness, what Trans all does and Open Plans does. They little bullshit bills getting pushed anyway. These elected souls, they're captains, these so disgusting. Ain't gun violence. 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 That's what I'm here for, guys. Fuck trans, fuck what they do, man. It's a long year. You gotta try to get. So we're in Brooklyn right now, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm marching for. Give a shit about those trans all. Oh, no. Yeah. I got the sign. I took it because no point. Why go all the way back there? It's already here. You know what I mean? Wish I was. I get these signs after the organizers. So I just took it from the wall on the other side of the city. So. I'm not organized. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Monica, y'all telling me to slow down? Yes, they said slow down. They said slow down. That means don't move, no blood clot. Exactly. Okay, we done now? Okay, let's go. And we're off. That's time! That's it! That's time! That's it! That's up! That's up! That's up!
No, I'm not. So we're going down here.
All right, there's stairs on this way.
Yeah, the stairs are this way. That's what I'm saying. We're going to the stairs. And then we're going to the park by the big memorial. All right.
You might want to go up there.
Oh yeah, we're going down the stairs, so. Welcome to Brooklyn. Spread love is the Brooklyn way, so gun violence, so.
Okay.
So where are we going now? That way? We're in Brooklyn now. We're gonna go to Memorial Park. So wear orange. Gun violence prevention month. Yeah, the gun violence.
It's better not to have a gap. Monica. Sustenance. I'm not going to stay about this damn mustard. It's not going to cover the gas. Kill. Guns down! Guns up! That way. Guns down! Guns up! 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 Guns down! Guns down! Guns down! Guns up! 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 Guns down!
So we're here in the park.
Guns down! Guns up! Guns down! Guns up!
You know what I'm saying? So about to bounce. Take care. Water? Thank you. Hey, what's up, bro? Foley, please. Move. Thank you.
Let's take a picture here.
Kevin, Mariah, Jasmine,
You got children. Some of them might not.
Is that's over?
Huh?
It's over?
No, we got there's all kinds of stuff.
Like after this one?
Oh, I think yeah, Siobhan's got something planned. I don't know what she's
All right, cool, no problem.
We always step in. Survivor always step in and step out. Natasha.
Where's
Who's got the planners that we want to get moving to? Are you still with that?
We didn't get anything tonight.
it's over or no?
No, it's a hangout. There's no more. No, we do photos and hanging out. The march is over.
All right, cool. So I think that's it, guys.
I saw him come off the bridge and now he's disappeared.
Practice smile. You don't have to look like that.
Oh. Hey, you got more of hello, you got more of the wear orange shirts?
I don't.
Oh,
I'm
all right.
so sorry.
All right, cool, no problem.
Any others?
Yeah.
He's got a dongle that she brought. If not, I've got one. Ooh, my backpack has a plastic Ziploc bag.
Let me take some. Go home with these, put this on my wall, so. today's a month anyway, so I'm gonna go Rockies and stuff. So, man. Hi, man. Ma'am, can you take a photo, please? Take a photo. Oh, shit. Get it. Rip that one back. Come on, one second. Yeah. All right, cool. Upside, oh, it's upside like that. Yep. Rick, you need the other one? Yeah. Thank you. All right, so it's done, guys. It's over. I mean, they over there. Look. Oh, me. Get some lights and stuff. So yeah, it's over, guys. I'm about to head home. I am about to head home. It's like I gotta go back into something today. So yeah, that's it. Take care. Yep, stop streaming.